That is your problem. If then how can I go around you?
I'm not in the way. No, don't call him over.
No, I'm calling him.
Don't call him over. No, don't call him over. No, don't call him over.
No, I'm calling him.
Don't call him over.
Arjuna Ranatunga, the man of steel. Arjuna Ranatunga, name that echoes resilience, leadership, and fearlessness. The man who transformed Sri Lankan cricket, taking a team of underdogs and turning them into world champions. This is the story of a captain who refused to back down, a leader who stood by his team no matter what, and a cricketer who redefined how the game was played in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka wasn't a cricketing powerhouse when Arjuna Ranatunga started his career. They were a small team in a sport dominated by giants like Australia, England, and the West Indies. But from the very beginning, Ranatunga was different. He played with an aggressive mindset, never afraid to take on the opposition. His leadership wasn't just about winning matches. It was about earning respect. When he took over as captain, Sri Lanka wasn't just playing to participate anymore, they were playing to win. Chapter 2. The no-balling controversy and fighting Australia. December 26, 1995. The Boxing Day test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. A moment that would define Ranatunga's leadership. Umpire Daryl Hare no-balled Matthias Muralitharan for throwing not once, not twice, but 7 times. The Australian media was relentless, branding Murali a chucker. The controversy exploded. Most captains would have backed down. Not Ranatunga. He confronted the umpire, challenged the calls, and made it clear Sri Lanka would not be bullied. He even threatened to walk off the field if the injustice continued. This wasn't just about Murali, it was about standing up for Sri Lanka's place in world cricket. Despite all the criticism, Ranatunga's message was clear. Sri Lanka was no longer a pushover. Fast forward to 1999, and the controversy returned, this time in Adelaide. Umpire Ross Emerson once again called Murali for throwing. The cricket world watched as Ranatunga did the unthinkable. He led his entire team off the field in protest. This was unheard of. Captains don't walk off. But Ranatunga was never afraid to take a stand. This wasn't just about one match. It was about respect, fairness, and fighting for his players. Chapter 4. Staying composed under criticism. Ranatunga faced intense criticism, whether from opponents, the media, or cricket boards, but he never let it shake him. From handling sledging on the field to defending his players off it, he remained focused. His famous confrontation with Australian players over Murali's action wasn't just defiance, it was unshakable belief in his team. One of his biggest strengths, trusting young talent. He backed players like Sanath Jayasuriya, who became one of the most destructive openers in history, and he never wavered in his support for Matthias Muralitharan, ensuring Murali's legacy as one of the greatest bowlers of all time. Chapter 5. The mastermind behind the 1996 World Cup. But Ranatunga wasn't just a fighter, he was a master strategist. Going into the 1996 World Cup, he changed the way Sri Lanka played cricket. Instead of playing safe, he unleashed a new strategy: aggressive batting from the first ball. He backed Sanath Jayasuriya and Ramesh Kalawitharana to attack early, shocking the cricketing world. It was bold, it was unexpected, and it worked. Sri Lanka dominated. From underdogs, they became favourites. Chapter 6. The semi-final at Eden Gardens, Calcutta. A packed Indian crowd. High-pressure match against India. Sri Lanka was 1-4-2. Disaster was looming, but Aravinda de Silva stepped up. With fearless stroke play, he turned the game around. As Tony Greig famously said, that was a little gem of an innings. Sri Lanka crushed 1 billion hearts that evening. The crowd couldn't handle it, they set the stands on fire. But Sri Lanka had made it to their first ever World Cup final. Chapter 7. The World Cup Final. The Captain's Calmness. March 17, 1996. Lahore. The World Cup Final. As the team sat for breakfast, a carpet seller arrived at a hotel. Players rushed to check out the goods, much to the worrying of the management. But Ranatunga, he let them be. He told the staff not to disturb them. Tonight is just another match. But the night before, he had made a tactical masterstroke. He secretly visited the Lahore ground to check the do factor. His decision: if they won the toss, they would bat second. It was a risky move no team had ever chased to win a World Cup before. But when Sri Lanka started their chase, the pressure was on. Wickets fell, nerves kicked in. Aravinda De Silva was the anchor guiding the innings with class. When Asanka Gurusinha fell, Ranatunga walked in, calm, unshaken. He didn't go for big shots, just smart cricket. Quick singles, finding the gaps, keeping the scoreboard ticking. Then, with a flick off Glenn McGraw, he sealed the victory. Sri Lanka were world champions. The World Cup changed Sri Lanka's cricketing culture. The 1996 World Cup wasn't just a victory, it was a revolution. Ranatunga's leadership not only brought Sri Lanka its first ever World Cup, but also transformed the nation's cricketing culture. The legacy of Arjuna Ranatunga. Arjuna Ranatunga wasn't just a captain, he was a warrior. He didn't hit the biggest sixes, he didn't have the flashiest strokes, but he played the smartest innings, both on and off the field. He fought for his team, stood up to injustice, and changed Sri Lankan cricket forever. And just like his singles on the field, his leadership off it took Sri Lanka to the top of the world one step at a time. What do you think was Arjuna Ranatunga's greatest moment as captain? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible cricket stories.